welcome, people. Guess what? Guess what time it is? It is time for the Fearless Freedom with Dr. G podcast. Woo! And who is it? Who is it today? It's Dr. G. But we have a guest. Victim, guest? Yes, we have a guest. And she is amazing. She's a mom. She's an entrepreneur. She is killing it. And she's going to tell you all about herself. Sakina, you want to take it away?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. We had one of those moments.
Okay.
We had one of those.
I know.
Almost like the Zoom moment. We just had one of those.
I put it. It was put out there. Okay, we're good now.
Yes. No more tech issues.
Right,
We're good.
Right. Yes.
So tell everybody who you are, what you're up to, all that good stuff.
What am I not up to? My name is right. My name is Sakina Zollicoffer. I'm located in Charlotte, North Carolina, good old North Kakalaki. I am a health coach, personal trainer, owner of Fit Fresh Athletics. I'm also a wife, a mother, sister, daughter, sister, and friend. So I am a woman of many hats and trying to juggle it all.
Awesome.
Basically.
Yeah, no, so that's a lot. It's a lot, right? So I mean, in any one of those things, there is a lot to unpack, right? You talk about being a wife, talk about being a mom, the entrepreneur. I mean, and then family in general, whatever the designation is, whether you are daughter, sister, cousin, aunt, still there's a lot there. Yeah. And so let us know kind of about your journey. So you mentioned that you have some pretty exciting things going. So let's talk about how you even got into business. How do you even get into figuring this all out, like that this is what you wanted to do?
Okay. Well, it started for me with my self-discovery, right? Trying to get myself together. I was in grad school and never really had any issues with weight or, worrying about what I had to eat or anything like that. I played sports. I was active. I wasn't an athlete, but I was active, right? So, as we get older and time catches up with us and metabolism slows down, I noticed changes in my body, and I still had the old habits of being able to eat whatever I want. Well, what I thought of being able to eat whatever I want and all that other stuff, right? So the old cliche, you look at a picture and you're like, is that me? Well, yes, it was me. And then I decided to make some changes. I acquired a personal trainer, and in the midst of all of that, I found my passion. We would talk and I was also in grad school at the time. I went back to get my master's in health education and promotion because I've always wanted to help people. As a young child, I thought that I wanted to be an attorney, and then it turned into a nurse, and I just knew that I wanted to help people. So long story short, I got a trainer and decided that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people. I wanted people to feel what I felt, So with that, I started studying, got my certification, graduated grad school, and hit the ground running. I wanted to help them. I wanted to help moms, busy mothers, career women, those that had businesses, those that felt like they didn't have the time, those that needed to take the time to pour into themselves. Right.
No, that's great.
So
I'm like, I can think of lots of people like that.
Right. So that's my market, and that's who I wanted to help. Those that I felt were like me and I could relate. They saw where I came from and where I was then. It's a journey, ups and downs, hills and valleys. So just being able to relate to my customers and being able to give them that motivation, that inspiration, pour into them, and
Mhm.
let them acquire determination, because motivation is not always there. Let's see. And
That is
then
true. That is
we
true.
move fast forward. What was that? 2014, 15. We're in 2020. Pandemic hit.
Mm.
Um, and the gym where I was working stopped all the classes, because I was teaching fitness classes and doing personal training. All of that had to stop. And I was at home, and I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to, And so I started doing Zoom classes. And I realized that health and wellness is the one of the most important things in a pandemic, right?
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
we have to stay healthy. That's how we're going to beat this. So I, being at home, sitting around, not being able to go anywhere, but wanting to be comfortable. That's how Fit Fresh Athletics was born. Because
Okay.
I was working out at home, uh, and couldn't go to the store. I loved athletic wear, going to the store, piddling around, picking up stuff. So I said, we need more athletic wear that has representation of women that look like me, that are shaped like me. And that's how it started. Um,
Wow.
yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's awesome. And then okay, so now you're like, okay, so you had this amazing journey because you looked at a photo. I'm assuming
Yes.
it was a photo. You looked at a
Yes.
photo and you said, wait a second, this is not Shakina. Who is this person?
Right. Right.
I must make a change. And so
Right.
then you sought that out, and then you found that you were lost in this incredible world of fitness and health, and then you wanted to just spread it from the rooftops to help every single mom who is busy professional to have the same feeling that you're feeling. And
Right.
then you like are doing it, so you like
Yeah.
finished grad school, you're doing it, you got your training, and you said certification, so you may want to talk about what that means, because you have some special certification for health coaching, right?
Yes.
And fitness
I
coaching.
So I have my graduate degree, health education and promotion. And my master's. I have a certification in personal training from the NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine. I have my fitness nutrition specialist certification from ACE, and then I also have a youth fitness specialization. I have a lot of. I mean, we're life learners, so
Love it.
when
Love
you're
it.
helping others, you must continue to educate yourself, because things change, people evolve, and you want to stay ahead of those trends. So I will continue to be a life learner, and I will continue to add on to these different certifications. But yes.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. See, and so that definitely shows your heart. That shows that you have true passion for this mission, which is what people need. Right?
Yep.
There is no paucity of people who need the service that you provide. There is none. Like there's like abundance up the wazoo. So
Right.
you're in it. You're in it. You got all this stuff. You've gotten yourself to that point where you are able to pour into all the empty vessels that are out there. All those moms who are putting themselves second or third, and you are making it happen for them. And so you found your spot. You're at this gym and you're teaching classes. You're doing personal training. You're teaching about nutrition, et cetera, et cetera. And then boom, the Rona, right? So the
You're
Rona
right.
comes, and then
Right.
all of a sudden you are now halted. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, wait, pump the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening here? What are we going to do to change, to pivot, to course correct? And you like did not even skip a beat. You were like, look, wait a minute.
I,
Did you skip a beat?
I,
Did you?
I
You did?
did.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that. You
Well,
skipped a
it
beat.
wasn't, well, maybe for me, I felt like I skipped a beat. We had to do that, the self-talk in the mirror, the imposter syndrome started to kick in, all of those things. So I'm just like everybody else. I have those things going on too. Fear set in for me
Nice.
as well, because I
Yeah.
was like, what am I going to do now? you
So
know.
how did you? So now you got to tell the story, right? So okay. So I was under the impression that you were like, oh, this door's closed. I'm just gonna look for another door. That was the impression I got. Now it
Okay.
sounds like there was some turning of some knobs, maybe, and maybe those doors not opening. Maybe you encountered like maybe an obstacle or two, and then
Mm,
maybe you had to figure a way to overcome that, right? Because you looked in you took a step that is not a natural step. Okay, to
mhm,
look in the mirror and to say to yourself, this may be hard, I am scared, but I'm going to try it. That's not a normal step. Okay,
mhm,
so you
mhm.
got to that step because at somewhere down the line you had to have some semblance of not only resilience, but you had to be doing some kind of personal development to
Yes.
get you there, to have so that you had those tools, that you understood that self affirmations and recognizing that you're having imposter syndrome but still pushing forward anyway was the path. So you
Right.
got to tell us. You got to tell us about
Okay.
that.
Okay. Um, so, I wasn't teaching the classes. Um, Rona hit, I was at home, the kids were home, they were out of school. So I had the hat of the mom on, right? So that's gonna be there. But then, as mothers, we also have that desire, that burning to have um your something of your own, something that you leave as a legacy about yourself, right? And that was me with the personal training. And so I started to get a little discouraged and down on myself about that. And I said, okay, you know what, let's do Zoom classes. So I started to do the
Okay.
Zoom
All right.
classes.
So that was the first pivot. See, you taking
Yeah.
us through the steps. I appreciate that.
Yes.
So the first
um
pivot is you decided to continue classes, but you did it on the virtual platform.
Right.
Awesome.
Did it on the virtual platform. I did it scared because I was like, what if no one logs on? What if I mess up? What if my video is not okay? Well, all of these what ifs, right? Um, and it was like, can you just do it? Just do it, right? I did it. And again, I had to um step back from that because I did it, but I did it to the point where I started to burn myself out, you know.
I see.
It's
Got it.
that, yes, it's that you got to do it so well, you got to do it so much to prove something, right? To get over that fear that you start to, deplete yourself. So that's where I was. And so I had to take a step back from that. I stood back and I looked
Mm-hmm.
at everything, the scenario, and I said, okay, let me pause, let me time out that, right? um, and took some time to soul search, right?
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
started meditating more, started back meditating, prayer, taking time to journal, um, uh, just rediscover myself, right? Um, I did that. I didn't start the Zoom classes back. And in that self discovery, the journaling, the meditation, and just focusing on my health, right? Fit Fresh came to me. Yeah, I know. It was just like an idea, the name, all of that, right? Because we want to be fit, but we also want to be fresh,
Right. Want to look good?
passionate,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
fashionably fit, right?
That is
Um,
the fresh word. That's like
yes.
going back to my
Oh, look, right?
childhood in New York. It's
Are,
like what?
are we dating ourselves here?
Dating ourselves. But you know what? It's all good. You know what they say about the 40s? You don't
Yeah,
care
right. Yeah,
what people
right. And
think.
you know what? And that was another thing. Right. And that was another thing. Like, am I too old? Like, what would, how would they look at me? Or, things like that. Those are things that I had to get over. I had to
Mm-hmm.
just,
Mm-hmm.
push that to the side, get out my head. And that was the meditation that helped with that,
Awesome.
recognizing those thoughts, recognizing those fears, um, processing them, and then pushing them to the side. So that has helped me during this time as well. So,
So that's a huge deal because that's like, I mean, those are the tools. I mean, all the things that you mentioned are complete resilience builders, right?
yes.
They allow you to be able to face adversity and still thrive. Because you talk
Okay.
about self-reflection, you talk about
Mm-hmm.
essentially like expunging your feelings and your thoughts onto
Mm-hmm.
paper. You know, well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not expunging, but expressing your
Expressing,
feelings
yes.
and thought onto paper. And
Yes.
you're also talking about centering yourself, centering your mind, practicing mindfulness through yoga
Mm-hmm.
and meditation. And so all of those things are what made you strong enough and brave enough, despite the fear, to be able to say, you know what? There is a niche for me, and that thing is this. It is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it is me, it is my brand, it is what I'm going to offer to my people,
Mm-hmm.
and I see the need for it. And
Right.
so, no, that's awesome. That's great. You know, so now you made the decision, right? You did all the heavy lifting. You made a decision. So now the question is, what happened next? So you could see the name, you could see the name,
Mm-hmm.
you had that, and then
Mm-hmm.
so you had to get a logo, you had to figure out how
All
to
of that.
even have apparel. Like, I mean, do you have any experience in the fashion industry? Like, do you even know?
Well,
Like, I mean, like, how did that go? Tell us how that
well,
went.
well, I the most experience that I've had was working in retail. I've always been um a lover of fashion. Those that know me personally knows that Sakina loves, style, shoes, fashion, getting dressed up, nice clothes, nice things, right? My dream job was always to be a stylist, right? I
Okay.
dabbled with that for a little while. I had a friend that I would style when I was in Boston. So I did that, but that was one of the things that I've always enjoyed, right? But
Okay.
now that fitness is a major part of my life, why not mesh the two? Yeah, mesh
Oh,
the
that's
two,
perfect. That's perfect.
fitness and fashion, but also being able to still help those that are seeking my service, right? So a
Okay.
lot of times the apparel kind of intrigues them and brings them in. But then when they start talking to me and hearing my journey and things like that, they're like, "Oh, wait, I can do, I can do. I need some training, or can you help me with a nutrition guide or something like that?" Yes. So there's all
Nice.
of those things are like segues to each other. Um, I so doing the research, getting started with the brand, I knew what I like. I've been a customer for years of different brands, right? And I've
Okay.
always felt like they didn't me as a body type or walking into these stores or looking at these ads, I didn't see myself. I couldn't really relate, right?
Got
So
it. Got it.
that's where the idea, the need came from for me.
Okay.
And then I started to do my research. But again, here we are. Procrastination set in because this was supposed to happen months, years ago, right? And it never, procrastination is also
Ah.
the sister to fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It is indeed.
procrastination is the
Indeed.
sister to fear, right? So I procrastinated, and I still doing my research, but didn't give myself any deadlines or anything like that. It was almost like I was doing it as a hobby, right? Doing the things,
Okay.
and then let's see, I spoke to my friends and kind of pitched the idea to them or whatever. They were like, "Oh my goodness, this is awesome, why don't you do it or whatever," right? And so I had a really close friend of mine, and she was like, "I'm giving you a deadline.
Oh,
I'm
see,
going
that's
to
a true
give
friend right
you
there.
yes, I'm going to give you a deadline, right?
Fantastic.
And I don't care what happens. I don't care if you feel like you're not ready. It's go time." Okay.
Nice. Nice.
So thank goodness for friends like that, right? I'm
Yes.
I'm so lucky
So
to have
those are
friends
your
like
level
that.
up friends.
Level up friends. We all need them. So that I hit go, and with all the research and finding a manufacturer and all of that, I was able to uh, get samples and uh,
Okay.
test them out, put them through workouts, and all of that. And here we are. It's almost like a blur right now, but because things were just happening, and because I had that deadline, and because I was just like um, pushing through it, I didn't
Hmm.
have the time to focus on really what could go wrong, or um, what I was afraid of. Um, just did it, as Nike would say, right? Or can
Love
we not
it.
say that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah. We give credit to Nike. It's not like
Okay.
you
Let's
plagiarize or
do it,
anything.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
no, that's fantastic. See, I love that, right? Because it didn't go from like idea inception and then boom, you're launching.
No,
You had to
no.
do, I mean, there were some things, there probably were some obstacles, particularly with the pandemic, trying to
Oh
source
gosh, yes.
things, right? So, these are the things, right? People want to know, like, how did you overcome that? So it sounds like you had your head down, you had, foot on the gas pedal, and that was what helped you to power through even the obstacles because
Yes.
you had that deadline that your level up friend had made for you. And you knew that no matter what, come hell or high water, you're going to make that
Yes.
because that's the kind of
I had
person you are. Right.
if
So
I had if I had one shirt, I had to go.
that,
Like
that you did, but
that's
hey,
yes. If
you would
I
have,
had one
you have done
shirt,
it. You would
yes,
have done it.
yes,
You would have done it.
yes.
And so no, that's fantastic. And then so now, you've done the research, you've gotten your manufacturer, you may have had some issues with supply chain or whatever. You've had to figure that out. You have to also probably have to figure out like, okay, how do you do e-commerce? Because you're not gonna have a store. Are you having a store? Or are you having
No,
like
I'm
a brick and
online.
mortar store?
No, I'm online. It's
Right.
e-commerce. Everything is online.
Exactly.
So, it's just for me, I like I'm an avid shopper. So navigating different websites, and I did a lot of market research. I you know gravitated to what um felt good, like as far as what was aesthetically pleasing for me. And I kind of, so those that were there before me that have done it, I took notes and put things together. There's a
Nice.
plethora of information out there. We just have to decide to go out there and get it. And again, those that know me personally, I am a researcher. They know that Sakina will go down a rabbit hole and find things. I have my friends, they call and be like, "Have you tried this?" Or "What do you think about this?" Or I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've heard. Let me tell you about this." And they're like, "I knew you out of all anybody that I know you would have known about it." Yes. So
Nice.
basically,
Nice.
yeah, how it
Awesome.
happened.
That's awesome. And so let's make sure I got this right. So the shop is at www.shopfitfreshapparel.com. Is that right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, awesome. So
Yes.
Fearless Freedom Tribe, we need to go check that out. You
Yes,
know,
we're having a sale.
see, yeah. Oh, she's having a sale. Look at that. That was
Yes.
perfect opportunity. So yeah, no, awesome. So navigating that, figuring it out. So you had to do a lot of research. So you had to source your manufacturer, source your materials probably too, right? Because I mean,
Yes.
it's not just the manufacturer, but you have to get the kind of breathable materials that are appropriate for fitness. And
Yes.
then, I'm sure you probably had to get you
For the
also had to get a
fit.
distributor, right? You had to get like a
Yes.
distribution site if you're going to do like drop shipping. I'm not sure how that's set up for you, but like
No,
you have
everything.
all of
No,
that
I was
stuff
saying
to set it up.
yeah, everything. So we don't do drop shipping. Everything that I have is on hand.
Okay,
And so you want it, you order it, we ship it out. And so
perfect.
I thrive on customer service, right? That's what's
Awesome.
going to separate me from the other ones, my customer service and having the quality. And just I want it to be like your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Hmm.
I like that outfit. Where'd you get that from? This fit flex. I got it from that. All right. So that's, I want it to be that,
That's
um,
awesome.
that intimate brand.
No,
Not
I love that. Love
yeah,
that.
yeah. Up close and personal. Yes.
No, that's fantastic. And so, that is going to, like you said, that is going to differentiate you from others in your space. And
Right.
people are going to feel that. They know that. Like they can sense that. And so, thank you. you know,
You're welcome.
that's amazing. That's amazing. And then if people want to reach you, like if they want to like shout you out on social or see like what you're up to outside of the
Okay.
shop, right?
Okay.
So say they want to follow you. I put your IG up here. So your IG is
Yes.
at SAKINA dot
Mm-hmm.
RENEE.FIT. So
Correct.
you guys can check her out. You all can check her out
Mm-hmm.
on IG. And then you can also
I
check out the shop to get some of
That's
the
the
apparel.
website, and I also have a Instagram page for the apparel brand, and it's at Fit Fresh Athletics. So
Okay.
that's the Instagram page for the brand as well.
Okay, awesome. I'll put that up here as well.
Thank you.
And then so now you have things rolling. So you've launched, I'm assuming.
Right. We
Okay.
launched in October. So we're still newborn. We're
No,
still
it's
a
great.
baby,
It's
and
great.
and I it's still a work in progress. Like um I'm like, well, what if they, all of the different things that come in your head, and you have to face them, process them,
Right.
move them to the
Right.
side. And I told myself, if I get one sale, I am grateful. I am eternally grateful for just that one sale. So having that spirit of gratitude also helps, you know.
Oh my. Oh
Um,
yes.
yes,
Please tell the world. Please.
having the spirit of gratitude helps. So,
Oh my gosh.
um,
It's beautiful.
if I didn't get a sale, I'm grateful that I was able to get through the process and launch. If I got one sale, I was grateful for that one sale. So, but luckily we got more than one sale. So,
Yeah, right. It's
so
awesome.
yes,
No,
yes.
fantastic. Fantastic. That is so cool. So, you know what? Thank you so much for sharing your story. If you had one pearl that you wanted to share with everybody about this whole deal, this entrepreneurial life, motherhood, whatever, what do you think that would be
Um,
about dealing with fear? Because you gave some great pearls so far and how you dealt with it.
right.
But somebody who's
How
not at that stage, because that's a pretty advanced stage.
it is. I would say pace yourself. Um, don't inundate yourself with too many different things at one time. I was guilty of it. Again, like I said, I kind of burnt myself out early on in the pandemic, trying to do too much. So pace yourself and don't be so hard on yourself, um, one day at a time. I And if we fail, guess what? It's a lesson. It's a lesson. Okay. And
Girl,
that
that is like my favorite. I love
it,
that.
yes, but you know what? For a year, I would say up until recently, I didn't want to hear that because for me, a failure was a failure, right? So I had to reprogram my thinking, right? My thought process. And failure is not always bad, right? So
Right.
you take it. If you fail, you take it. The thing you gather what you can use from that, regroup, and hit the ground running again. You have something now. You have more than you had when you started initially, right? To build
Yes.
on.
Yes.
So yes, failure
Absolutely.
is not always bad.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I call 2020 the year of lessons.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Definitely.
there were many of them.
Very. And you know what? We were able to get still. Um. And I honestly believe that if we didn't have this pandemic, Fit Fresh would not have been born. I would still
Wow.
have been, or it would have taken me longer
Hmm.
to get to this point because I probably would have been procrastinating and all that other stuff again. Um, but yeah, the pandemic. gave me a lot of lessons.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
No, I'm glad
yeah,
to hear that. Yeah,
yeah,
so that's gold, right? That's platinum right there.
yeah.
Awesome. Oh, this has been such a great conversation. Can you believe we're talking for half an hour already? It's
I know,
amazing.
right? A half an hour.
It's
I appreciate you. I appreciate giving me
amazing.
this time.
Amazing. Yes, no, absolutely. I was like, oh my God, you got to come on the show. You have got to. So now we're at that part of the show where we do our fill in the blank.
Oh, you gotta look at
Shakina,
this, see the shirt.
are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Oh yes, show the shirt. Show the
Okay,
shirt.
this is a
Show the
t-shirt. Can you see
shirt.
it? Fit Fresh
Yes.
Athletics. Nice color, right? Green
Nice.
is my
Nice.
favorite color. One of my favorite colors.
Oh.
So
So
we did a
it's like an aquamarine almost, like a
yes, like a
light to green, sea green maybe. Sea
yes,
green?
teal, turquoise. It's
Teal,
a
teal.
mixture. Yes,
A
it's a
turquoise. Okay, nice.
custom color.
Nice. Love it.
Yes,
Love
thank
it.
you.
I was trying to describe it too, the color, so those who are not
Thank,
watching the video and listen to the audio can kind of visualize it.
yes,
Awesome. That's beautiful. All
thank
right.
you.
Here
All
we
right.
go. All right. So the first, I know, right? The first one is, if I am fearless, I will.
If I am fearless, I will at least try.
Nice. Nice.
Nothing
And
beats a
then
failure but a try. That's what my big mama
that's the
used to
truth. No, it's so true.
say. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Awesome. And then the next one is, to me, fearless freedom means.
To me, fearless freedom means being my authentic self. Being able to tap into my inner child because children are fearless.
They are. That is for
They are
certain.
very much, yeah, right. You're like, no, 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 don't do that. But yes, being able to tap into that inner child to get past that fear. Yes, yes.
Nice. And then last but not least, my battle cry is,
My battle cry is I can do hard things.
I can do hard things. Mm.
Yes.
And you have done a hard thing. So clearly you have proven that to be true.
Yes. I can do hard things. When things get tough, you tell yourself, I can do hard things. Even if I fail, it's a lesson.
Love it. That is amazing mindset. I mean, I don't know if you realize how advanced that mindset is, but it's very advanced because the
I
majority
don't
of people
realize.
who, I'm telling you, because people
Okay.
work, they do a lot of work on their personal development to even get to that state where that is the first thought that comes to
Okay.
their minds. So that is incredible. And yeah, and you are demonstrating that you have, you also have a very much, you're very attuned to gratefulness, and you are also attuned to abundance. And so all of those things in combination are going to lead to incredible success. So I'm just going to be watching your
I
Insta
receive
and
it.
just,
I receive
just
it.
like, just watching you like this, like fly into the stratosphere, because it's amazing. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for, putting your magic out there and sharing it with others, because I'm telling you, there are people out there who are in need right now of so much. And even that focus on self-care and wellness is going to make all the difference in how they come out of this,
Yes.
this whole thing, 2020,
Very
how they come out of
important.
2020, how they go into 2021, like everything.
Right.
And so,
Right.
to have, jewels like yourself, doing the work that's going to help, that is amazing. And so
Right.
thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you.
So thank you for being on the show. Super exciting. And so everybody's going to go and check out your website. I'm going to
Yes.
flash it again. And so that's www.shopfitfreshapparel.com. And they're going to hit you up on Instagram at Sakina, SAKINA.RENEE.FIT. Or they're going to go to the Insta for the brand, which is at Fit Fresh Athletics.
Yes.
Boom. There it is.
Boom. Boom.
All right. Awesome.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you.